Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ross Patterson Revolution! Brought to you by GhostBed.com. Yeah, James.
I don't know. Rube, obviously first in the room.
Is he really on YouTube? What do you say?
Goes, let's get jiggy with it.
Oh, no.
That's a good one.
Oh, boy. Oh, Ruben.
That's a good one.
Let's get jiggy with it. Chris Rock and Will Smith.
Also, American Rustic Works. Did they give me my Gucci board?
They did, yeah.
Matt?
Your charcuterie.
Thank you.
Charcuterie board.
I love it.
It's great.
I love it.
It's great.
It's like really high class.
No
shit.
shit.
They make it for us.
Yeah, dude. They made it directly for you.
Thank you, man.
But then on the back of it, they wrote in pen, cut some shit on here.
Yeah. Which I loved.
Which is awesome.
Which I loved, yeah.
So thank you very much to American Rustic Works. Damn it, Jabes. We got a big show today.
We really do. We're back.
Coming in hot.
We're back.
We're back on YouTube.
We just barely got rolled up yesterday, right?
The 1 week ban is over, but let's face it, we'll be nuked from this channel soon. So definitely subscribe to Drinking Bros Podcast on Patreon. I have a feeling all of our shows will be on there forever now.
I'm pretty sure Dan's making it his mission to get kicked off YouTube.
Yeah.
What did he do?
He's just all like, hold my beer when YouTube tells him he can't do things.
Well, here's the thing.
Great.
So we pay a lot of money for all of this shit that goes on in here.
Sure.
We've never seen a return on it. YouTube pays us probably $2,000 a month, $1,800, somewhere in there, right? For all of this shit, that doesn't pay for like even half of one person's salary.
I see a return with the communication with all the nooners.
And so here's the thing. I do too, and I love that. But they're not rewarding them by bringing in other nooners and everything else. And that's what sucks about it. And I've reached out to everybody and their mother at YouTube because I'd like to resolve this. YouTube is the easiest platform there is. And that's full disclosure. I think the back end of Patreon isn't there yet as far as like live chats and everything else. Vimeo, the quality is the best, just simply because, you know, in Hollywood, it's been used for years and years and years. You go to Vimeo if you want like the highest quality, and that's great, but they have a lag time because the quality is so high. I know Giorgio will have a different answer for that, but that's the truth. They're just fucking slow, and it takes a little bit to catch up. Right. So I reached out to YouTube, and I was like, hey, I'll buy somebody over there or pay whatever the fucking fee is. Let's do that. But don't give us these fucking bullshit strikes for shit. And the one time the guy who was in charge of video podcast at YouTube was like, great, dude. I'll be in LA Friday. You can meet me for drinks at this hotel. And I'm like, fuck. I didn't fly until Saturday because coaching my child's soccer game was it's the most important thing to me. And I'm like, all right, God damn it. Damn. I would have flown back, and then flown back to LA on Saturday night.
Right.
I would have. Mm-hmm. That would have been optimal for this company and everything going forward, but I don't know what's going to happen now. Whereas Patreon, we actually get real money to pay people for that shit that they do, and YouTube, we do not. It's been an investment for years, but we'll see.
You also got to keep that undefeated season going. So
I am undefeated. It was we had a sweet tie because our best players were out, and came back, scored a goal with 10 seconds left to tie it. Austin Bulls could be future champions.
That shows heart. That shows determination.
Yes.
That shows a tactical nous from their coach.
Correct.
That is just unseen at this level.
Yeah. And it was a last-minute substitution. I put this kid in there with 1 minute left, and I go, I think it's you. I think you're going to bring this home for us. And he did. Damn it, there was a tear in his father's eyes. We locked eyes at the end of it. We had a moment, and it was amazing.
I love that.
Now, if his kid missed, obviously it would have been a Will Smith moment. You know, Chris Rock, I would have slapped the father and been like, how do you miss a shot that wide open?
Right.
Didn't have to do that, though, you know?
What are you talking about with Chris Rock and...
Nothing. Did you hear anything?
No.
Who?
What do you mean? Now, I was one of the 5 people that was watching it live.
Same.
Live. Not
You and I were
rewound,
watching it. Yeah.
Not clip after. Live in real time.
You were also the first person who said, this is real.
Well, I wasn't the first person, but in our household of you and me sitting
well,
there
in our
watching,
household, yeah. Well, but we were like, so it was the second lowest rated Oscars of all time. So yeah, I feel like it was just you and I watching it live, and everybody else was watching on Twitter.
Yeah, it did really feel like a private showing just for us.
It did.
I like to call it, BS and AS, right? So like before slap and after slap. Before slap, it was already a really poorly produced, off the rails show.
It sucks.
You were driving, I think you were coming from the airport because you were
from the airport,
partying in LA while I was home with the kids pregnant.
Yeah.
And by myself. And
were you barefoot or?
Barefoot and drunk.
Yeah. There it is, Jabes.
So I was watching it, and it really was like, nothing was landing. I mean, starting with the hosts who had never even talked to each other, it seemed like.
It seemed like they never knew each other at all.
It seemed like Amy Schumer, Wanda Sykes, and Regina Hall had never even been in the same room.
Or met.
They were all like, the outfits are all different, and nothing's clicking, nothing's meshing.
Yeah.
Jokes are going a little bit too far and off the rails. And I have really bad secondhand embarrassment. Mm-hmm. Just like with a lot of things, people singing a cappella off the cuff, or white people rapping or whatever.
Or doing Jamaican accents.
Yeah. So I just had a lot of like secondhand embarrassment the whole time. And then slap. Then I was just like, I was in it. I was so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I was so uncomfortable.
It was amazing.
I was so uncomfortable.
It was amazing. The weird thing about it is, and we had talked about it right after it happened, when we found out that it was real. Mm-hmm. So it was like, oh my God, this moment between these two people is going to be one of the biggest moments of all time. Mm-hmm. No one will shut the fuck up about it. I've never seen this many people on social media, every platform, post a picture, a meme, talk about it, have an opinion on it.
Right.
Everything across the board where there's nothing else. Like, we need somebody, I hate to say it, we need Skeet Davidson to die to shift the focus to something else, because we're flooded with all this shit. And I don't want to spend too much time on it today. Yeah.
No.
R.I.P. Skeet.
What is that?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's God's music right there.
Yeah. I definitely,
music.
There's really no point in spending any time on it. The only thing I will say is, like, it has nothing to do with race or gender or anything,
No, but people are making it about it. I watched your boy, dude, Craig Melvin, from the Today Show.
Oh.
Yeah.
I never know who it's going to be when
Come
you're
on.
like your boy.
You watch him every single morning.
I like Craig. He brings a breath of fresh
he's great. I think he's great.
Fresh air. He's always unrehearsed, unprepared,
totally.
Off the cuff.
And he should be. To be honest with you, it feels more like a podcast out of him versus whatever the fuck Hoda and them are doing now.
He's like 1 second away from like saying the wrong thing and getting kicked off, which I like too.
But he was just like, the reason why this sucks is it sets our people back. And I've read this a couple different places from people where, and at black actors and everything too, who are just like, man, there's this stereotype that black men are angry and can't control their anger and they fucking hit each other. And I was like unaware that was a thing that people were worried about. And then all these black dudes came out and said it. And I was like, oh shit. All right, cool. And then some insider people, here's the other weird side of this. There was a couple people I knew who went to that after party, that Vanity Fair party, which is the big after Oscar party. And I was like, what happened when he showed up, or did he show up? And so Chris Rock did not show up to it.
No.
He said Will Smith did. Mm-hmm. And then the DJ started playing, like getting jiggy with it.
So they showed up to all the stuff. They partied.
Well, wait. Here's the other part about this. So I go, what was the mood when they walked in? They were like, the mood before he came in was like, you could hear a fucking pin drop. And everybody was kind of talking about that moment. And then he walks in, everybody stops. And then the DJ starts playing that. And the whole place erupts for him in a round of, like a standing ovation, round of applause at the Vanity Fair party. Then they played he said they played 4 more of his songs in a row, and the whole family was there. So I guess
that's the most egregious thing.
He brought the kids, Jada, everybody, and they were all singing along to all of his songs. I asked him how long he stayed for. I was like, did they rage? And he goes, he stayed for about an hour. And then he left, and he goes, when he left, though, it sucked all the air out of the party. And he goes, that's when people started talking about him behind his back.
Right.
And he goes, dude, it was the Black Powerhouse people who were talking about it behind his back, where they were like, hey, that was super fucked up. But they didn't do it to him. They didn't say anything to him. And it was like, all right, cool, man. Like, we're just going to pretend that this is awesome and nothing went down. But that's Hollywood. That's it, Hollywood in a nutshell, where it's just like, all right, great. I'm not going to say anything to your face, but, as soon as you're gone, I'm definitely going to talk about you.
Yeah. Yeah, like this could have easily happened between, Amy Schumer and Nicole Kidman, right? Anthony Chompkins and Ricky Gervais. It's not a race
If
thing.
Sean Penn would have gone up there and knocked out.
Now, Sean Penn, yes. Now, listen.
Knocked out Mickey Rourke.
So I heard
that would have been fucking dope.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I think it would have made more sense. I think it's just that Will Smith, cracked, and your real self will always come out, right? No matter how hard you're trying to curate this persona or whatever it may be, it will always come out. I find it fascinating, like in courtroom, where they can get, if someone gets on the stand, they can, in cross-examination, they can actually get them to like crack and have an outburst. And
yeah,
you're
like Kyle Rittenhouse, that piece of shit.
Yeah, God damn it, he definitely cracked, right?
Love Rittenhouse, too. We're trying to get Rittenhouse on the show, by the way.
But like, it's
sure
always amazing to me where I'm like, really, you couldn't stand like 5 more questions to save your literal life? Like, you could not contain your inner rage, right? So it will always come out eventually, right? And that's kind of what's happening. Now, I saw blind that Chris and Jada used to date in the 90s. Is this?
No. Chris is one of Will's bulls. Chris was banging Jada allegedly,
like while they
during
were
the marriage.
together. Okay,
because they're both in the Madagascar series.
Oh.
So writer that worked in the 90s with Chris Rock dated Jada, and then something happened between them, and then they never spoke again, but she's been the butt of his jokes for quite some time, right? Like when he hosted the Oscars, he joked about her too.
With one other joke, as far as I'm aware.
Just that, right?
Yeah.
And it was him making fun of her for boycotting the Oscars, and he was like, you weren't invited.
Yeah, now that was a good joke.
Yeah.
This one,
it was a lame joke.
he should have gotten slapped for the joke. Not by Will Smith, but like by
Yeah.
just some other comedian being like, bro, hack.
Yeah.
I didn't understand it really.
So hang on. I have an
what?
explanation
I
for
lay
it.
it
I have an explanation for it. So the producers released a statement saying it was unscripted. So
Right.
it wasn't on the cue cards. He just went off the cuff with it.
Exactly.
It's a fucking old joke from like 30 years ago.
30 years
and I don't know,
ago.
do people even remember that movie?
Well, you could tell that he was going off the cuff because he was trying to riff on this Javier Bardem, Penelope Cruz thing, but he couldn't remember Penelope Cruz's name. So he was like calling her Javier Bardem's wife, which like, you know what I mean? Like he was
Sure.
just clearly it was not on the teleprompter. Otherwise her name would have been there. Like he literally said, okay, I'll present, but you're not going to write anything for me. I'm going to do what I want to do. And they're like, okay, cool. If you get slapped, you get slapped.
Yeah.
But, okay. So then I guess that makes sense. They have some kind of history, right?
Something is weird there. Who knows?
Something is
but,
weird
but
there.
They're also fucking weird. So it's like
They're also weird. And the last thing I'll say about it is like, we all know people that are in these like, celebrities are not impervious to toxic, horrible relationships that like can ruin your life and career, which I think is what Will Smith is in, right? And for the past year, he's been trying to do this like damage control, justifying his relationship, like we're good, we're all good. I'm trying to be a better man, Scientology thing, where I just think they're really you know, we all have those friends that have to constantly justify why they're with someone.
She's the black Angelina Jolie, where it's just, there's a cloud over her that is undescribable, and you're like, something's fucking off with that lady. Like, I don't know what it is.
I think that, you know, yes, Giorgio.
Is this what would have happened to me if I would have stayed?
No.
Stayed with what?
Well, she did have a shaved head, but...
That girl you were dating had a fucking shaved head?
Yeah, would I have become Will Smith?
Oh, no. No.
I'll talk to you off air about how that would not happen, but...
No. You needed to get out of that, and you did the right thing.
Jada Smith has some kind of... The vagina is something...
Tupac, you name
special.
It. They've all been there.
Her manipulation skills are amazing.
Mm-hmm.
The Scientology thing to back it up. I mean, she has got a real fucking hold on... And she has dated a lot of people.
Yeah.
That, like, love her. Even the guy that came out... you know, that exposed their kind of open marriage situation. He was heartbroken, which is why he like came out. Like,
and why nobody's ever said anything negative about him. He
I
was
love
just like,
her
I loved
so
her.
much, and I don't get it. But you know, I don't really get it with Angelina Jolie either. Like, when you first look at her, sure, but after a couple interviews and after some stuff, you're kind of like, I don't know. It just seems like a lot, right? And
we talked about this on Drinking Bros yesterday. So again, we don't need to spend too much time on it today. But
I think that's it.
One prediction I had yesterday, I go, dude, his Chris Rock's ticket sales will go through the goddamn roof.
Yeah.
So overnight, those tickets, because we have a ticketing company, Drinking Bros, tickets.com, shameless plug, whatever. Those tickets now have gone from $46 to $346 a ticket, and they've also added more tour dates for Chris Rock. So.
Yeah, so not only did Will Smith kind of ruin his own moment, which he did, he fucked himself, he ruined his own moment, he's going to have to do even more damage control now. Not only did he do that, but then he also made Chris Rock, which was already, we kind of weren't super into him. People were kind of like, meh, the last special was whatever. He's kind of hacky. Those two jokes were fucking awful. That's where it would have ended. And what Will Smith kind of did...
Revive his career.
Revive Chris's career, and then fuck his moment.
And if he does 15 minutes on that whole thing in his next tour, that special on Netflix or HBO, wherever that lands, will be the highest rated thing ever, and they'll back up the trucks and pay him probably $20 or $30 million for it. He'll probably get the Chappelle money for that. So, look, it worked out for him. It did not work out for Will Smith, and this is going to end up pretty dark because I don't know where you go from here. This moment will last forever, and for both of them. Like, they'll always be tied together from this weird fucking thing that happened. Us as audience members, it's great. I love the entertainment. Now I need Skeet to rest in Pete. You know, like I want to see that go down. I want to see the fucked up shit go down. I love it. We all love it. We love the memes. We love all the things.
If we want to go conspiracy, Sean, you know, is it that Kanye and Will and Chris all got together behind the scenes, right? And Kanye's like, man, I need this heat off of me right now. They were like, cool, let's just kind of like stage this weird ass thing. I'm good. I'm Teflon, right? Will Smith is like, it'll take me 2 days to get over this. Chris is like, I could get some ticket sales.
Kanye's going to be back in 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Yeah, because he didn't hit anybody.
Didn't hit anybody, one. Two, Coachella's coming up. They're live streaming it. You're going to tell me everybody's not going to be glued to their fucking television to watch Kanye go into the sky or whatever the fuck he's going to do there?
For Coachella?
Yes.
I'm not.
You're kidding.
I don't watch Coachella streamed. I think it's fucking stupid.
Oh, you were a little dumb
It's
dude
not
who
the
doesn't like to
point.
have fun.
No, I like to have fun. I'd like to be there.
Well, Giorgio and I will be there, so we'll be streaming it to you from FaceTime to your house. Hey, it's me and Giorgio. We're at Coachella.
The rebirth.
The rebirth. God, and I just got invited to the dopest party last night, too. Fuck. It's Roddy Ricch. It's a private party.
Ross, you're entering your Clooney years right now.
I'm nowhere near that age, but
Cloon.
yeah, if you want to say
The
like
Cloon
Timothy
dog.
Chalamet, we're probably the same age, like somewhere in there, but Clooney, no way, dude. Come on.
No, when he first started being that guy.
ER?
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Shapes, got to go to that influencers dinner over the weekend in LA.
You did.
That was fucking incredible, by the way. We had John Levy on the show, and he talked about it. His book's a bestseller. It's called You're Invited. And he's been doing this dinner for 10 years now. That was the 249th, he'd said, at the thing. And they pair you up with people in all walks of life, and then you make a meal together. You're only allowed to say your first name, only. Where you're from. You can talk about your family and kids and stuff, but you cannot talk about what you do. You make a meal together, and then you all sit down at a table.
Was that really hard for you?
And go around to talk about what?
Just yourself and what you do and stuff?
Me? Mm-hmm. What do you mean, what would I do?
Was it hard for you to just say your first name and not talk about what you do? And
yeah, it was easy. What do I care?
Oh.
Yeah.
No,
people still view podcasts as like...
No reason.
Yeah. People still view podcasts as like, oh, hey.
It's a fun hobby. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's true. That's true.
To be real, like even all the movies I've done and all that other shit, the one standout it was the New York Times bestselling author thing. That's the one stamp where everybody's like, oh, that impresses like young to fucking grandparents. Everything else, not really, where they're just like, all right, cool. The amount of listeners and all that shit you do, sure. But the New York Times, that one, for whatever reason, is the big stamp on shit. Where the rest of it,
legit.
Yeah, where the rest of it is like everybody kind of knows somebody who has a podcast or whatever, right? But the people that I got to be with it was fucking crazy. If you read the book, I can't say their names who was there, but I can say what they did, and if you guess it, congratulations. One of them was like a super exec over at Apple, which was rad. One of them created the open source internet, which was fucking awesome as well as a coder. And like, you could tell the guy was a coder. And one of them was a 10-time gold medalist at the Olympics. And that was fucking rad.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I thought I knew him, but it was just like, God damn it. And
he usually does have like, he kind of mixes it up like that, right? There's always like one like athlete, Olympian kind of along with.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. There was a head of a very, very large studio. There was a guy who did all the special effects for The Matrix, Benjamin Button, Avatar, all that shit. And so like the conversations were wild across the board. There was this woman who had sold 9.5 million books. I was like, Jesus Christ. We call that a Bible author in the biz, where it's, it's her and then the guy who wrote the Bible. Like, that's pretty much it. Kip Knuth just said for the Patterson child and for Drugs for Jesse. We got some Drugs for Jesse. You threw in 20.
Thank you. And I like the name, Kip Knuth. Right?
Yeah, that's Kip. Is it Knuth or Knuth?
Sorry, I can't go back to it.
Knuth.
Kip Knuth.
I like Kip Knuth. If that's it, but I have no idea.
Like a toot saw me.
I would like to take this time to thank the listener that just sent us straight cash, homie.
Oh, yeah.
$50 in the mail.
Yeah, for the producers.
Fucking awesome.
We prefer that, too, if you just
Exactly.
send us
We're buying
cash in the mail.
barbecue with it today. We got like 4 shows here today.
They were kind of like the whatever the scene is from Zoolander where they're like trying to get the files out of the computer. Like, you guys were really like, what are we sniffing it? What do we do with this?
What's cash?
I haven't seen this in a long time.
What is money?
They asked, like, how do we invest this in crypto? And I was like, well, it's money.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you can put it in your bank and then
Yeah.
Oh, or is there ATM like?
Yeah, there's an ATM.
Can you do like the cash into the Bitcoin thing?
I don't think you can do that yet. Not at a bank.
So it's just a face tent
They're
for when you
there.
want to sleep. Yeah.
You're getting there. But that dinner was awesome, and like the access to information and all that was the coolest part, because you got to ask everybody why they were the best at what they did, and everybody had a similar theme for success, and that was really cool. The person from Apple though, gangster. She guessed everybody. She was so close to guessing everybody. And then once we found out what she did, I was like, oh, you tapped our phones. Like, everything about us. And after a few drinks, because they have everybody do like a shot at tequila and cheers and everything else. After a few drinks, I asked her, I go, hey, is it as bad as we think? And she goes, it's even worse. It's even worse. And I was like, really? And she goes, dude, the tracking and everything else would just alter people's minds. And you would probably freak out or shut down or hide things or whatever if you really knew. And I was like, oh my God, dude. I knew it. I fucking knew it, But yeah, it was incredible. It was an incredible experience all the way around. And it was wild because we had him on I feel like a year ago maybe. And then just to get that invitation out of the blue was rad. And everybody wanted to talk about podcasts. Everybody wants to do a show.
Yeah, not everyone should.
No, they shouldn't. And
not everyone's voice is important.
But I will
including mine.
But I will say this though: the honesty at the table of here's my idea. Tell me if it's shitty. And you're like, all right, great. What is it? And I was like, that title's way too long. I was like, you have a 10 word podcast title?
Everyone wants to do a variety. I want to do a variety podcast with different skits and things. And you're like, nope.
Yep. The writer there, she was an older gal. She's been writing for many, many years, and she's one of the very best in the world. Talking about 9.5 million books, I asked her, I was like, do you ever get writer's block? And she goes, no, I don't fucking believe in that bullshit. And I go, that's exactly what I believe. And I was like, you can harness your creativity, and if you're that good, you can just do it whenever you want. She goes, oh, 100%. And she goes, I hate hearing that question, or I hate when people talk to me about writer's block, because that's a made-up fucking thing. Just say that you're not good enough. And I was like, God damn it, yes, dude.
Yeah.
So there was a common theme with everyone. And then, even the Olympian, he was just like, dude, I was the best there was. And then Phelps came along. Nothing you can do.
Yeah. What night was that?
Saturday.
Yeah, my night was pretty much the same.
Well,
it was samesies though. Do you know what I mean?
You would have been really good at it because you have to go in stations and it's 5 minutes apiece. So you have to help somebody slice tomatoes. Somebody had to make guacamole.
Oh, so I would have been a good waiter and chef for you guys?
Yeah.
Thank
you. So there was one point though where because it was 6 women and 6 men. Mm-hmm. And the host, John, was just like, hey, guys, you're all standing behind the women watching them cook, drinking. So we need you to get into the stations and cook or whatever it was like. All right. And then the one guy who made brownies, no, we should not be cooking. The brownies were awful. And we told him at the table, hey, these were terrible brownies. And he goes, felt more like a soup to me. And I go, yeah, they were.
Yeah, you definitely have to cook them for the right amount of time.
They were cooked the right amount of time. The ingredients beforehand did not look correct.
I don't know if I would be good at one of the. I mean, yeah.
I think you'd be really good at one of those things because it's.
I'm just very bad at
But you're good with people.
I would never be able to, with a straight face, be like, I'm the fucking best. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think
when you said the Olympian said that, I get a twinge.
But he didn't say it.
He said I used to.
He said it in a more classier way of I used to be one of the top in the world until so-and-so came. So everybody, when they explained what they did, said it in a manner like that. Oh. And the rules were you had to describe yourself. This was the exact phrase. You had to describe yourself as if your Jewish grandmother was so proud of you, and this is what she would say to her friends. So,
that's a good one. Well, that's what I used to do, with acting. I was like, well, my mom says, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not actually coming from me.
Correct.
It's my mom thinks I'm the fucking best and the prettiest and whatever.
Right.
And then it's not really you saying it. American Rustic Works gave us $1.99. I mean, I'm sorry, dude, not going to cut it, but you gave me a cootie board.
Yeah.
So I'll read your thing. First names only, perfect event for Ross.
Yo.
Blam though.
There was not only pronounce but just remember.
Remember, yeah.
I got lucky. There was a couple people who had the same name, so I was just like, oh, I had a 50-50 shot.
Sure. No, that's cool. And I do like the guy. I like the guy that threw it.
He's great.
And his interview on Drinking Bros was really good. He's a fascinating person himself. So I do see why he can get all these people together.
And he's very cool in real life. So with most of these guests that come on the show, it's kind of an acquaintance. You chat for a couple minutes before you go on, then you go live, and then you chat for a couple minutes after. And it's like, call me, hey, if you're in Austin or wherever you are. And it's, you never really expect to meet up with him in real life. So I was surprised I got the invite. And then when I met him, I was like, oh, shit, am I going to be able to pick him out? Me personally, I've done over 2,500 episodes now. And I didn't recognize him. And he had a beard. And I was just like, oh, shit, all right, yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
But I didn't I didn't remember either. And he goes, don't worry about it. He goes, it's the same way with me. I've been doing, it was his 249th dinner. So times 12 people per thing. I mean,
wow. It's
a lot of people. But the book details it. It's called You're Invited. It's super fascinating. And we didn't talk about politics. Oh, look at that. Mike Tapia said for Jabe's baby party and party drugs, $69.99.
Yeah, Holly D, actually, good idea. There needs to be an after baby party for Jay Fire.
Yep.
Very true.
Very true.
That's how I'm feeling right now.
It's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming.
I mean, I'll still have like a newborn for a while, but
you'll be able to drink.
Then, kind of.
Yeah.
When I'm ready.
Yeah,
you guys are all invited.
When you're ready.
Nooners only. Ross will stay home with the kids.
Yeah, I'll stay home with the kids. Yeah, it was cool. And then the last thing I'll say about it was everybody exchanged emails, phone numbers, all that other stuff afterwards. So that way, business-wise, you were allowed to be like, hey, dude, I'll chat with you later about X, Y, and Z. And everybody was cool with one another. Politics weren't discussed. The only time it was discussed was when somebody was going to get funding for something at Congress, and they were asking them who was the best president funding-wise for this particular program, and who was the worst, and it was shocking. It was George Bush.
That was the best for like the arts.
Yes.
That makes sense.
And then Obama was the worst.
He's like a secretly artistic dude.
Yes, he's a painter and everything else, and they were like, yeah, dude, dealing with him on this particular subject was super easy, and everybody was shocked, including myself. I was like, really? And then I thought about it, and I was like, oh, well, he does paint all the time, so maybe he really does love it. Who knows?
Yeah.
Craigers saying humble brag for us. 2,500 episodes. Not at all. That's why I'm so terrible at names and remember. Like, I even beefed Homeboy's name yesterday. I've never heard Casillas. I thought it was Castillas. So, whatever, man. It's Tony, okay? Let's just go on a first name basis, and then we'll go from there. Hey, brother. We're a nice brother.
Right.
We can deal with.
Ross, don't give away all your secrets.
Yeah, exactly.
People know.
Because then when anyone hears like, hey, you.
They know. People know. And the beauty of it is, because I'm honest about it on the show, when I see people at live events, they'll be like, hey, you probably don't remember my name, do you? And I go, I sure don't, but I know exactly what you look like, and let's hug it up, because I'm terrible with names, and I have to have nicknames for you, because I don't remember,
Right.
I call you Jables at home. I don't think the audience knows that.
Yeah, you do.
It's just Jabes at home.
It's just Jabes.
Jabes, where you at, Jabes? Like, that's it.
Yeah. You recognize people by their penises.
Yeah.
Like, if they pulled it out.
Yeah, I'll cock up with somebody. I'll dock out with somebody.
You're like, sorry, I only recognize penises.
Can you show me your fucking weens? I'll dock out with you.
Ross, you can't dock.
Why not?
You're circed.
Because you're circed.
Oh yes, could you? Can you
well,
still
if
dock?
one is one is not, I mean, I think that's the point.
You got to find somebody else who isn't circed.
If there's two uncirced, what is that called?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
that's a tunnel.
It's like when you have
a tunnel of love.
Double
bridge
blinds.
and tunnel.
You what?
It's like when you have two curtains. It makes that nice fold.
Oh yeah. But then there's going to be space in between. You're not. Anyway.
All right. Anyway, real quick here before we get to the rest of the show, we got some sponsors who pay for this show to be on the air. First and foremost, ghostbed.com/drinking bros. The March Madness deal is still in effect. 2 free pillows with a mattress. I can promise you, the pillows are just as good as the goddamn mattress there at ghostbed.com/drinking bros. And you're going to want that deal because I think those pillows are like $60 a piece or whatever. Like, it's a fucking big boy savings.
Yeah.
The pillows are incredible. I don't know where ours went. You hid them somewhere.
I didn't hide them.
Gotta fucking order some more. So I haven't found my ghost pillow, and I want to snuff you up.
They are good for smothering.
Oh my God! If you're gonna fucking kill someone in their sleep, that ghost pillow is the best. Yes,
thick. You cannot breathe.
You couldn't hear a scream through it. Like, really great pillow. It's not a cheap Motel 6 pillow. It's the best pillow in the biz to snuff somebody out. Also, they got a 40% off bundle package deal going on right now. That's the adjustable base and the mattress combined together, so you can create memories and magic. Watch the Oscars. Maybe butt fuck. Just share a little butt fuck. Or just, make love or read a book. You can put it in book mode. It'll go right up and turn the lights on for you. Book it out. Got USB ports in it and everything else. If you want 30% off everything in the entire store, just type in the promo code Drinking Bros at checkout. If you want that weighted blanket, the pillows, just the mattress on its own, feel free to do that at ghostbed.com/Drinking Bros, where they get a 60-month pay-as-you-go program, no interest there, so all the deals you can combine with that and walk out of there with a brand new mattress set for $25 a month. Go to ghostbed.com/Drinking Bros today, Jabes. Next up, we've got Roman.
GetRoman.com.
/Nooners. GetRoman.com/Nooners. If you're in that bed and you need to create a little magic, perhaps another little baby, get some Roman if you're having some trouble down below, okay? When the moment of intimacy arrives, James, you want to be ready. You want to be Roman ready. I wish it came with like a little Roman outfit, you know, little gladiator, little Russell Crowe, like gladiator fucking costume. That'd be great.
That's what it feels like. So I've heard that you're just like armored up.
Yeah.
Ready to go.
Ready to go. Whether you've been in a relationship for years or just getting started, having the confidence comes from preparation. And that means you're free to enjoy the moment. You're Roman ready when that moment comes. You know, James? I'm fucking hyped up today.
Yeah.
Some say a little too much.
Yep.
I got some fucking Cardomax pumping through my jeans. Oh, right, my fucking jeans. I got that Cardomax in my jeans. I didn't sleep well last night. I'm Cardomaxing the shit out of it today.
Do it.
Even though you're far from ordinary, truth is ED is really common. In fact, 52% of guys aged 40 to 70 experience some form of erectile dysfunction. Shit, I'll be 40 in 6 years. Go get Roman.com/Nooners now to speak to a U.S. licensed healthcare professional about erectile dysfunction and get $15 off your first treatment. That is GetRoman.com/Nooners. The benefits, obviously, you can connect with your partner. Their system is completely confidential and totally discreet. There's no big logos or anything on the packages, no labels, nothing like that. It just comes straight to your fucking house, dude. So if you qualify for it after you do the free online evaluation for ongoing care for your erectile dysfunction, you can do it from the comfort of your own home, and it ships to your house in 48 hours, brother. 2 days. That'll show up, and you can fucking bing, bing. Ring that fucking trolley bell, Jabes, with your ding-dong. All right?
Okay.
You're welcome. Go to GetRoman.com/Nooners today, and if you're prescribed, get $15 off your first month of ED treatment. Make sure you have the confidence and control this fall. Roman ready. Last but not least, hardafseltzer.com. Get a case shipped to your house of 8% seltzer. Let's go. My God, man. Been getting a lot of pictures from people partying with it, and then follow-up messages the next day. Hey, dude, don't remember the picture that I sent you because we got super blacked out off this shit. It sneaks up on you. It's 8%, and it's delightful. Get this batch that's out now. Go to hardafseltzer.com. We only ship in cases, so it's 24. It's just 24 packs straight to your house. Fucking party with it, dude. If you we get a birthday party coming up for our child, but all the adults want to booze, and they were even asking. They were like, hey, is there going to be booze there? And I was like, oh.
Yes.
Don't worry. Got you covered on that.
Yes.
But we are going to switch up the flavors here. We had a taste test. Obviously, you couldn't have any because you're preggers. Whoops. Yeah. Preggers with a little baby. Got a little baby on the way. Got a little baby.
I could have a sip, but there's no point.
No, there's no point. Got a little baby on the way. Got a little baby down there. You can't do it. You can't have any of this. So anyways, you're going to want to get this case now because we're going to swap out some flavors. James. I like having a nice intimate moment with the audience. Can I have a little baby? Oh, is that a little baby in there? Hey, little baby, what are you doing? What are you doing in there, little baby? Oh my God, a little baby in there, little baby. I like having those type of moments, Shapes. But the next batch, I think we've all voted on it. I think it's going to be the pina colada in the next one. I don't know which flavor we're going to swap out. Fuck, dude, it was so goddamn good. I mean, it was just an absolute home run. The grape was really good, too. It just needs a little more grape in it. The passion fruit was meh. I didn't really
Passion fruit is one of those where it's like, what does that
Yeah,
taste
it's like, do you put your penis inside the fruit? Like, am I fucking a kiwi? Is that what a passion fruit is?
No, that's not what I meant. I meant like just when you're thinking about passion fruit, you're like, how do I describe? You know what I mean? Like you don't even really know what it's gonna taste like, but you're like, okay, I guess that's passion fruit.
That's passion fruit for you.
Yeah, you're describing the fruit of passion, Ross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goddamn right I am.
Yeah.
Hammer the like button if you're watching on YouTube, by the way. But yeah, new flavors are coming soon. So like probably in a couple months. So get these now, and then we'll have new flavors out there. And then I think, because everybody's asking like, hey, dude, when are you guys going live in grocery stores and all that shit? Tennessee is the first state, and I believe it is the second week of April. I had a call this morning. So
Oh, wow.
Oh, it's going to be fun. Oh. I can't wait for people to black out and party. So I just want to party. I'm a little party girl inside. I don't know if all that'll ever change until I die. And speaking of which, one of our favorite little party guys died.
No.
And that sucked, dude. We
really did.
I think it was that Thursday night, right? Like we had done the show in the morning and then that was the thing. Mm-hmm. Taylor Hawkins died from the Foo Fighters.
No.
Fuck that, dude.
From the Foo Fighters, but then from like every band ever too.
He was Alanis Morissette's drummer all throughout that Jagged
But he
Little
also
Pill
like
tour.
worked with everyone. He was just kind of like that guy,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Fucking awesome. I think we all knew what was going to happen before it shook out, you know?
Eventually, yeah. But even when it came out, it's like, I know it was drugs probably, but it wasn't tragic. Like, because he just seemed so kind of fun, funny.
Yeah.
Pretty open
He would
about
talk about
drugs.
anything.
He
Anything.
would just be like, yeah, we fucking party. We did like 1 million fucking drugs. And you're like, okay. So like, you're going to die from that. But
Eventually.
it's not
Yeah.
this like tragic alone in your,
Yeah.
I don't know.
There was a Rolling Stone reporter who was just like, man, this hurts not just for the music industry, but they were like, he gave the best interviews ever. And the way
Really,
he
yeah.
talked about rock music and his love of music, he goes, you don't find that anymore. Where most people are caught up on their own rock star bullshit and they're not going to be honest with you. That fucking dude would just sit down and just be like, great, what are we talking about? I'll answer anything, anytime,
it's what it
anywhere.
seemed like.
Yeah.
And he was in a couple of documentaries leading up to it. There was this like drummer doc on Netflix.
And the Alanis Morissette doc, which was fucking
Morissette,
awesome.
Morissette, and then just random interviews where you're like, man, that guy's fucking cool. Travis Barker gave a little tribute. Bob, can you put that
can you
up?
pull that up on the screen?
I saw this, and it just,
Meant a lot.
it really meant a lot.
Meant a lot. Travis Barker, this is from People. Travis Barker pays tribute to Foo Fighters drummer Taylor Hawkins by saying, I don't have the words. Beautiful. Can we get some applause for
Yeah. Thank you.
Trav?
Good
Way to
fr-
go. Use your
Good
words.
friends, work together.
That's what we say to our kids. Use your words, right? As babies. He's a grown adult who has survived a plane
You know, like
crash.
when you're just alone and you see stuff and it makes you laugh. I don't know why that headline just...
All of
And it was just the headline,
I know,
by the
I
way,
know.
when I saw it.
Yep.
And I just was like,
Yep.
oh, that's noteworthy. Anyway, but he did go on to use, to have the words. And
We're in this
And
clickbaity
say-
society, though.
Yeah.
We're in this
I don't
clickbaity
have the
society
words.
where it's just like, that's what it is for a lot of this shit. Where you're like, oh, what was the last thing? And it's like, it's just a blank picture of somebody walking down the beach. And you're like, okay, but did they say anything or no? It's just, we're just going to go with that. And he was like, well, the picture's worth 1,000 words in this one. It's like,
right.
not really. I mean, they're dead and, you know.
Or it's like Tariq El Musa's devastating diagnosis of celiac disease. Right? He can't have bread.
Can't have
And
bread.
it's a picture of him crying.
Yeah, next to a loaf of bread, a baguette.
In the same sort of, I was going through clips, but the same vein of like, just kind of things that probably aren't funny that made me laugh. Eddie Vedder went to Ringo Starr's son's wedding, and I could not find Eddie Vedder in this picture. Can you tell me?
Oh, dude. So put this
you
on screen.
tell
I
me-
couldn't find him either.
Can anyone tell me which one is cool ass Pearl Jam?
I looked at this picture like I was trying to find the sailboat in the fucking trees or whatever on those paintings at the mall.
I thought, is he taking the picture and they're
That's what I
just
thought.
saying that he was there and then
And then no, it's the guy in the blue shirt next to Ringo, and I was like,
dad.
"What?" I thought it was.
It's the dad that's about to go golf.
So, but here's the thing: pop up that picture one more time, Bob. I thought it was the dad of maybe this blonde woman, or that was their baby, but I'm not even sure if that's a woman.
Wait, that's not David Spade?
I don't know.
Yeah, you know.
I don't really know because there's a bride.
It took
so is the
me a
guy in the
second.
is that a guy in the yellow?
Yeah, so that's Ringo Starr's son. Got married.
Wanting to look like Ringo, it seems like.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, or has
Boy,
anyone
boy,
seen
boy, boy,
Princess
boy.
Bride? You know, the like ogre that
Yeah,
takes
yeah,
him
yeah.
down into
Yeah.
the thing and into the pit of despair.
Mm-hmm.
That's sort of what he's trying to look like, I think.
He looks like every 8-year-old getting their haircut right before the lady
Yeah, yeah,
clips
yeah.
their bangs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really, yeah.
You got to wet it down.
So there was like a lot going on, and I was
Zoom
like,
in on his hog, on Eddie's hog, on that right leg.
yeah, that's the other thing is you can kind of,
His right leg, our left. Is that what is that? Does he have dip in his pocket?
no, I think that's a,
No, it's not a penis.
That's tubage.
Is it?
That's tube.
No, it looks like a cell phone. It's lit up. Yeah,
no, that's really close. Is it?
that's a cell phone.
Seems cylindrical to me.
Yeah, that's a cell phone.
Did he put
That's
his
not a
cell
fucking
phone in
dog.
like horse?
Look at that
like-
on the baby right there. They've
like
already bronzed her
vertically?
shoes. They already bronzed the baby's shoes, and she's still wearing them. That's fun. That's a new flex right there.
Yeah, so that was my big weekend, is just being like, what world do I live in? What is life?
Oh, Eddie Vedder, yeah.
Culminating in the Oscars. So like my weekend,
you should play a ukulele.
ukulele. Yeah. Oh yeah. There was a lot. He was on Smartless recently, and still like sounding super cool and just like Eddie Vedder. And he said to Jason Bateman or one of them that had a blank space on the back of their wall. They're like, I'm gonna get you an ukulele to put back
get you an
there.
ukulele.
And I just thought,
And I asked you, I go,
motherfucker.
Did he say ukulele?
Yes.
Yeah. That's something Bob would say after he came back from Hawaii.
Yeah. He would say like, I played a little ukulele.
Yeah.
I wasn't privileged enough to strum a ukulele.
Yeah, he
past
played steel
time.
drums, huh?
That's the Caribbean.
Is it?
Yeah, come on.
Whoa,
Look at
Bob.
that.
on. Way to fucking
Whoa,
misappropriate.
buddy. Wow.
Yeah, we don't
wow.
appreciate that.
Jesus
Wow,
Christ, dude.
Wow.
Put a title
tough.
card up before this episode starts that says, warning.
Sorry.
Some things the white woman says will be triggering.
Yes.
Yeah.
There
I
it
was,
is,
I was triggered by it.
Yeah. Because he is of the islands, right?
Yeah.
He
Bob's
is
of the
Island
islands.
Bob. Yeah. So yeah, that was my.
The whole weekend was spent on that one picture, huh?
No, yeah. I was really just trying to find Eddie Vedder all weekend in
No,
that
I get
picture.
it. I get it.
And then trying to figure out if that was a hog.
Not a hog. To hog or not to hog?
To
That's
hog
the
or
question.
not to hog.
I want to talk about this weird kid from fucking The Flash.
Please.
God, dude, this kid's on my death list. By the way, I think he's gonna die. I think he's gonna off himself within 2 or 3 years. This
I think it's-
Ezra Miller kid.
Ezra Miller. So I would love to do a side by side of him and Giorgio, but I don't know.
Why?
He gives me it. Go to his mugshot.
He's really gay. So you saying Giorgio's really gay?
No.
Come on.
But look
dude.
at Giorgio. Like you and him.
And that one right there.
If you're like
Okay.
both
All right.
arrested,
Yeah.
right?
I would say brothers, like distant brothers. You know?
No.
No, he's my cousin who sells Coke.
Yeah. Like,
Who
Yeah,
pretends
he's
to be
in your
rich but
family.
isn't.
Yes.
Yeah, he's in your family.
Like if we do a side by side, we go like these guys are related or they're on the same drugs at least, right?
Yeah, so he was all fucked up at a bar, got arrested, screaming at people that their karaoke was too loud. And he wanted the karaoke machine turned down.
Who among us, though, has not been there?
When you show up at a karaoke bar, you know you're at a fucking karaoke bar, okay?
Well, he's been problematic many times, right?
No shit. So he choked this girl in a
Yeah.
store.
Yeah.
Nobody magically said anything about that because he's the first openly gay, trans, genderless, whatever the fuck he does.
We let him get away with it one time.
I guess. But then you keep getting away with this shit. And then there was this other post. If you follow him on the reg, dude, you've probably seen all his weird shit. He called out, he claimed that he knew the head of the Ku Klux Klan in North Carolina and was calling him out to come kill him, or he would meet them in the woods and kill them.
He posted this?
Yeah,
or
posted
this
a
was-
video of it. So if you type in his name in the KKK,
That's a weird flex, to be honest.
it is.
Yeah.
It's super weird. And like, it looked like he was reading in this video, like reading the message off of his phone from the KKK. And you're just like, what? What the fuck have you gotten yourself into? Is this real? Is any of this real? I don't know. Even the choking incident with that girl that was on video was like, it seems staged because otherwise you just violently attacked a fan for no reason.
Right, but it was, me and Bob were talking about it before where it's like, Bob and I, he can't drink, I think is what it is. Like, I think he's like a really bad.
He's bad drunk.
Bad drunk because he'll go very long without, right? Mm-hmm. Or is he just like always problematic? I'm not sure. And I also think he's like such a fringe celebrity. Like, I would not even talk about him.
So here's the biggest thing that I have found with all these people, including Will Smith. You get to this level of fame, and he's pretty fucking famous. Like, he did some huge shit. Like,
okay.
I mean, he was the fucking Flash, for Christ's sakes. Like, you know, I'm not going to shit on what he's done, but he's done some really big shit.
On the WB, correct?
Correct. No, he was in Suicide Squad.
He's not the WB Flash.
He's not the WB Flash.
He's the DC Cinematic Universe Flash.
Yes. The movies.
Yeah.
Okay. But with that, he's been in some big shit, and I think you see what fame does to people on either side of this, where if you have like great friends and family before fame and money and all that shit hits, you're fine, and it only makes you a better person because then you can fucking help out everybody and give money, and everybody gets to party, and it's a great life.
Rarely.
Because usually it's people like this, and fucking A, dude. I literally had this conversation Saturday night with the head of that studio who was there. And I just said, man, we were talking about one particular person. And he goes, dude, and he's produced 200 fucking movies. And he goes, look, it is the same fucking story with all these people every single time. And he goes, there's usually something weird underneath there. And they came out here, not for the right reasons, but because they wanted to get back at somebody or something else. And then when you actually make it, and you're like, oh, fuck, what do I do? And you start choking fans or screaming at people for singing karaoke too loud. What if it was a Pearl Jam song?
Well, I was going to ask, what do you think the song was that triggered? That was the trigger.
Oh, Mickey, You're So Fine would really set me off.
Yeah.
Anybody who's singing Adele or Whitney Houston.
That would be bad. An Evanescence song, I think, would really get me going.
There was somebody that knocked
me
out.
Up inside. Yep.
Yeah, there was somebody that knocked out an Evanescence song when you or I were at Brass Monkey together, and you and I turned to each other and we're like, oh, is that her?
Yeah.
Remember that? I was like, oh, is that her?
It's an easy one.
But it starts to go higher. I can't hit that.
Sure.
I can't hit that, obviously.
Sure.
I'm not going to attempt it. Well, I did, but.
Or was it a Kid Rock, Sheryl Crow?
Oh, yeah, I've seen a lot of that. You bring your girlfriend up. Yeah, you bring your
right?
wife up, and then you do the
And
different
he was just triggered.
duos. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. Who knows?
Yeah.
Or he's just a fucking weirdo who's
I put your
picture away. Yeah. And then for Sheryl
or
Crow.
Summer Lovin', maybe.
Yeah, Sheryl
That
Crow.
one's very triggering. Oh yeah, maybe it was like I'm a bitch.
That's not Sheryl Crow.
No, it's Meredith something, huh?
I'm a sinner, I'm a saint.
Saint. Yeah.
Yeah, it was something like this.
I'm a saint.
He was very triggered. No, he was drunk. He was on drugs. He can't handle it. He's a very angry person. I think it's pretty common for people that want to get in a business where everybody, knows you and all of that. You're going to have one of your screws loose.
Yeah.
Very rare that
or all of them loose.
Yeah. Very rare that like a completely normal person with no baggage gets into the entertainment industry.
Oh yeah.
So.
But who knows? He's on my death list. I got about 5 or 6 on there. Taylor Hawkins wasn't on there, and that's the fucking bummer to me.
Yeah.
Take this guy. Take this fucking kid and wipe him off the earth. Not Taylor Hawkins.
I'm a bit upset for the way he, just like Jesse a moment ago, kind of defiled the islands. This happened in Hawaii.
Oh, that's
it
right.
did?
Was it
Yeah.
on your island?
It
Bob?
wasn't on my island. So
Oh,
I think
okay.
I think it happened on the big island.
Oh,
So,
right.
but, That's just not how we do things there.
That's not how you guys do things. That's not how you handle life out there.
No.
On the island, dude. You don't do that shit. Yeah, he deserves to be arrested. I didn't know it was in Hawaii.
Bob keeps posting take me back pictures.
How are you going to get set off in Hawaii, by the way? Like, you're just a fucking asshole at that point. What's going to set you off in Hawaii, like one of the most beautiful places ever, where you're just like, fuck these karaoke people, man. I'm trying to eat a pig with an apple in its mouth. I'm at a luau.
What do you think the gas prices are in Hawaii right now?
$18.
You think?
Dude, I filled up. So I haven't been angry enough yet until Sunday night when I got home. I had to get gas. It was $104. Filled up three quarters of my tank, and it's unleaded. I'm using unleaded. It's not premium. Nothing special about the goddamn gasoline. And we live in Texas, for Christ's sakes. There's more fucking oil. I could stab it in the ground. Take this pen, stab it in the ground, and have oil shoot up into my asshole. But instead, no, it's like, oh, well, yeah, and everybody's magically cool with it. Like, that's what I don't understand. Of like, oh, yeah, we magically cool with this fucking bullshit?
Hawaii's $5.14.
No way.
Is the average.
When I was in LA this weekend, it was $7.47.
Yeah.
Wow.
$7.47 on the drive there. So Hawaii's got to be
No, I looked it up. It's
$15.
It's $5.14.
It's $5.14.
How?
He just said.
How? I wonder. How is it cheaper than California? Because usually, like, I know why Bob's saying this. Usually, Hawaii is the top of the charts in America. Like, that is the most expensive gas in America.
Oh.
And they've got a huge. That's why you saw those scooters and shit there, because people were just over the years we got sick of the gas prices, and it was just blamed as Hawaii at that point. There was nothing really going on to support it. But they have a hard time getting gas there. So if it's cheaper than California, fuck. What does that say about Californians? Move to Hawaii? Hey, move to Hawaii. Gas is cheaper. Huh? That'll be fun.
No, they're gonna steal. They're gonna keep moving here and opening up elixir bars. Because that's what they think we want here.
Oh, I would like to go. Just kick it in a chair.
Giorgio,
You are going to go.
Yeah.
We're going
are.
to send you there because I'm not fucking going to that motherfucker's anything.
Tarot cards. Everything.
Papa G looks, who's this from? Elon G. Papa G looks exactly like the actor from The Sound of Metal. Riz, have you heard that?
We've talked about that.
Oh, yeah. We've talked about that before. Yeah. I can see
Yeah.
that.
I'm really into this energy work now.
You're really into what?
So we all like hold hands and like reset our chakras together.
No, you don't.
Is
You
that
and,
real?
you and Delco?
I'm lying.
Oh, my God, dude. My God.
You're getting Delco into some weird shit, man. Yeah, are you guys going to get an apartment or a house together, the two of you?
We need a pool, is what I've kind of thought about, or at least a hot tub.
You want to live in a pool. Yeah, get an apartment with a pool, or are you guys going to invest in a house?
You see, the problem with the apartment is the noise and then the smoke and weed. So it really has to be like a standalone unit with both a pool
I
and a
think
hot
you guys
tub.
should get a fixer-upper.
We also need a
Like
backyard for the dog.
Yeah, you're all about investment, right?
Right.
I think you guys should get a broken down, like a fixer-upper.
For like $200,000 here.
Fixer upper here is going to go for about $500K.
Yeah.
Okay, about five. Okay. Can we leverage our crypto in any way?
No.
Can we leverage sexual favors?
Oh,
I think you might be able to do something with the crypto. What?
yeah. Jim Carrey just released a statement about this Will Smith thing.
Oh, that's exactly what I said. I was like, this is Jim Carrey level.
Wait.
Of, like, breakdown.
Here's what's shocking, though. He goes, I was sickened by the standing ovation. Hollywood is just a spineless en masse, and it really felt like this is a clear indication that we aren't the cool club anymore. I was not expecting that from Jim Carrey, but that's true. To me, it was somebody else called it the death of the movie star last night, and I was just like, or the night before, I was like, yeah, that makes sense.
Well, when did it start? This is what I was thinking about. When did it start when we like got these award shows together and then hired people to literally break them down the entire show? Like, has it always been where, you get all these famous people together and then a host comes and literally annihilates every single one of them?
I have two theories on this because I've been thinking about this exact thing, okay? I think, one, it was the election in 2016 that really fucking divided everything, and comedy was no longer funny anymore on both sides. Like, the left...
What I want to think, like, was Billy Crystal, like, making jokes about...
Yes, 100%. There were
Oh.
Dude, they were off the rails. Robin Williams, all those guys, they used to be great, and that was the thing, right? But I think that election in particular was when people started taking everything so fucking seriously for no reason whatsoever and couldn't just enjoy the comedy of Trump in office, that it was just like, fuck off. And then comedians then anymore couldn't say shit, and then it turned to podcasts. But the final, the death nail in the coffin for me was the pandemic during the lockdown. When everybody, because you had called this out and you said everybody's so starved for attention that they're just posting these weird fucking selfie videos.
Don't forget about me.
Of themselves. What's up?
Don't forget about me.
Like, don't forget about me.
Yeah,
100%.
I would say though, this weekend was the return of the celebrity. This is when we started to care again. Now the Ukraine's over, the pandemic's over. We're back in the fucking mud. We're just eating up all that slop.
Like we're talking about Will Smith. Like Will Smith.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but arguably the most like boring, besides his personal life that he doesn't talk about. But sorry, the most boring celebrity ever. Yeah, it's true.
But the pandemic to me was when you looked at these people and you're like, oh, they aren't different than us, like everybody else in the world. So like you started turning to TikTok more and more, where it's just like, all right, who do I want to see? Do I want to see fucking Juliana Hough without makeup on, fucking, skittishly walking through her apartment with her cat?
Good morning.
Right. Or do I want to see a stranger doing something funny and weird on TikTok versus celebrities?
Yeah.
And it switched because TikTok really kicked in at that point. Celebrities couldn't stay off their fucking phones about their bullshit. And it also showed where they lived and how miserable they were pretending to be in these mansions.
And it also showed that, like, without a publicist
or writers,
left to your own devices, like Gal Gadot,
or writers too, where all these people without good writers, you were like, oh, well, shit.
Without hair and makeup, without publicists, without writers, you're like, oh wow, you are fucking weird.
I remember Kevin Hart's wife said something to him during the pandemic where it was like, hey, dude, you're super fucking gray. Like, dye your shit. Like, that's how people know you. And you're just showing up on camera like this. And he made a joke about it.
Yeah.
He made a joke about it, but it's true. All of them. And then you got to see what they really kind of look like. And then where they were living and then how they were acting. And you were like, oh, why the fuck do I really care?
No, I think what I was talking about is like, this idea that we get all these celebrities together, we give them awards, we're raising them up, we're giving them a place, they all get to be there, but then we have these hosts or comedians that just like systematically break them down the entire time. So I wonder if we should just let the Oscars be like a closed door gala. Do you know what I mean? Like,
stream it on Netflix or something.
Because or don't stream it at all, because like once you're going out to the masses, then we have to have this balancing act of like, hey, we all hate celebrities, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is like the host talking to the audience and being like, this person sucks. We hate them, right? They're dumb. This movie was shitty. And you're like, okay, they're about to get like an award, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's going to get worse because in 2024, then the rules kick in for the Oscars too. And not a lot of people know about this. Where you have to have these diversity hires behind the scenes. So a third of your leads have to be of a different race and or gender to even qualify. A third of your cast and crew has to be like disabled, trans, lesbian, a different race. And to do all of this shit. And there's been a bunch of people like off record just screaming at this of like, dude, if I have to fucking worry about all that on top of making a great film, we're all fucked. And that's what's happening not only in Hollywood, but every facet of life. I just saw the NFL just to prove this thing where you have to have a minority assistant coach, like in a high level position, no matter what, on every single team. So it's no longer about talent anymore or who you are.
Well, they already had, what was that rule?
The Rooney Rule. And that's for head coaches, right? But now it's mandatory you have an assistant coach of some background or whatever. But
because they couldn't handle the Rooney Rule. They kept fucking breaking it.
Well, it's not that, but like if you own a team, pick whoever you want. Like there's a reason why there's an NFL Combine. You're trying to get the biggest, the fastest, the strongest. That is all you're measuring there, and you're picking people based on their talent, not hopes and dreams. Like There's a bunch of fucking people out there who are kind of good, but they shouldn't play. They're all on The Bachelor, for Christ's sakes. Who are the white guys? Colton Underwood. I was a professional football player. No, you were on the practice squad for 2 weeks. Okay?
They all are. And then Clayton, Jesse Palmer.
Same thing.
Did Jesse Palmer actually play?
Jesse Palmer was actually a good quarterback for University of Florida.
Oh, okay.
So that's the one I will say. But who is the new guy this season, the white guy?
He played college football for Mizzou, and I had never heard his name.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Clayton.
Clayton. Clayton.
But it's one of those things you can say. It's almost like stolen valor, where like, who's gonna prove it? Like, I guess you did play. I mean,
he technically made a practice squad.
He was a walk-on, I think, at Missouri. Like, he wasn't a scholarship player.
Yeah, and so you can say it, but look, at the end of the day, you just weren't good enough, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's the same way with all this other shit, with Hollywood and behind the scenes and everything else. Just hire the most talented people. I don't know why we're not doing that. If you're the most talented person, you're going to make it through. Like, it's going to happen. So by making it mandatory for everybody to do it, everybody's going to know who that is at the workplace, and you're going to be like, ugh, who's that person? Oh, that's the dude we had to hire. Because, like, for Hollywood, you're going to have to hire, I think, it's like 10% of your crew is going to have to be some form of handicap as well. And I know people are starting to do this for auditions, to show up in wheelchairs and shit. It was a director who called out a bunch of people because they won't just hire
I'm sure it's not
an able-bodied person. It's happening enough that they came out and talked about it.
Well, 20% of this crew right here is handicapped.
Yeah, exactly. We're getting in the weeds. We're getting in the weeds a little bit.
But I hired you guys based on talent, not because Sean is fucking handicapped. Like,
right.
Oh, I meant me. Like, I have Crohn's.
Yeah, I know that, but I didn't know you shut your
But aren't you in Ramesh?
Yeah, you're in Ramesh, dude, and I didn't know that. Nor did I ask you.
We made sure that you were working towards Ramesh.
Still a disability.
Yeah.
We're just checking that box.
Yeah.
I'd like to remind everyone that I'm healthy and my blood is pure and white.
It is.
Yeah. So, but we can have one of you.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. It's
but
almost
we just have one.
We've had discussions about it, outside of the office, where Bob's almost too white. Where it was where it's on a freaky level
going on there. Yeah.
Izzy Powder, is all the fucking forks going to fly out of the thing and stick to the door? I don't know. Sean, I didn't even know he was Mexican, or he probably wouldn't have gotten this job, where it was just like, bro, I don't need
Bob,
that.
Can you find a picture really quick of Beckinsale and Momoa? He's giving her his jacket.
Sean also does not have the work
this
ethic
should be
of a
fucking
Mexican.
Illegal. He hasn't had what?
He doesn't have the work ethic of a Mexican.
You should be putting in 14 hours, Sean. Yeah. I mean, you're a disgrace to your people.
He's more Spanish, I think.
Oh.
He looks white and
or like,
acts white and works white.
Yeah, like, where are you from originally?
Where are you from originally, Sean? El Paso. El Paso. Close enough, dude. Shit. I've been to El Paso.
It's an El Paso Mexican.
I had to go down to El Paso for Jared all those fucking times, and Matt.
Oh, yeah.
Jared, Matt, and Rocco lived together, or on the street over from each other. Mm-hmm. So I'd go down there and work on the script for Range 15, and it was just like, oh my. Every time you flew in El Paso, it was just like.
Wasn't it on base, too?
No, it wasn't on base.
Oh, okay.
We went to watch a fight on base one night, and that was actually more exciting than the town of El Paso, where you were like, oh, God, I'd rather just be on base.
Yeah.
I don't want to be in El Paso.
Yeah, exactly. Can we put up this picture? This should be fucking illegal if these two get together.
Oh,
Momoa
look at that,
and Beckinsale. So he's giving her his jacket. Apparently they were super flirty at the after parties.
Why not? Kate Beckinsale is everything.
Two of them.
Oh, God. Let them create a baby together. Just one for the world. The world needs that baby.
Can you imagine?
Man, oh, man, I can't. Beckinsale, dude. Just bravo.
I can't
bravo.
believe that he's able to look into her face. You know what I mean?
It's
without
hard.
Like his eyes burning.
You do blink where you're like, oh my God, this is
like
Kate Beckinsale.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Rough.
He looks like the richest hippie of all time.
You just described Hollywood to a T right there.
Yeah.
It's the richest hippies of all time.
He's what everyone wishes they could be, right? Like live in this luxury van and be like fucking hot and,
Does he have a pine cone necklace?
Probably.
I'm sure.
And I wouldn't have a problem with it. You'd be like, yeah, dude, that's fucking Momoa, bro. Like,
Even if he had like a shark's tooth or a puka,
no,
I would be like,
I could see him with a necklace, Giorgio, with like a piece of driftwood this big, just dangling off his neck. Yeah. I was like, oh, what'd you find there? Oh, I was in New Zealand surfing and,
Yes.
I saved a school of baby otters.
Yes.
I was playing my ukulele with
bet
Eddie Vedder.
I bet that's how annoying he actually is, like stuff like that. But
who knows?
He's kind of inspiring. He makes me want to buy a van.
No,
right?
I know, Georgia. You look like you live in a van, though. You're halfway there.
It's half the battle.
If you had that money, then you could trick out that van. And
if tricking out vans, because tricking out vans needs
it's expensive.
But it needs a rebrand because of the whole Gabby Petito thing. So he could really be the new face of like what it van really life should be like.
Yeah.
Single. Do not get into this van with another person and expect for that to work out. But like single dude parking outside the house of whoever
the dive bar.
He's with.
Dive bar.
Yeah.
So there's a girl with a dog who parks her truck and camper outside the jiu-jitsu school.
Really?
Hot?
Does she sell brownies? Yeah. What does she do? What's her sitch?
Cute.
I don't know.
Homeless, like derelict.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a homeless chic.
Pretty much, but
Yeah,
still
yeah, yeah.
homeless.
Still homeless.
Oh, okay.
So have you asked her out?
Yeah, but can you imagine if like you saw that van and then like Momoa gets out?
Yeah.
Different. I think there's a level of hotness that makes everything
and then right behind
okay.
him, Beckinsale is like walk of shame.
Do you want to fuck a homeless girl, Georgia?
She looked like Kate Beckinsale, yeah.
Do you want to fuck a homeless girl again?
Is she hot? Is she hot? Is this
No.
This girl? No, not really.
No, okay. But it's possible.
If you cleaned her up, though, would she be hot?
No. It's like you have to be so hot to be homeless.
Yeah, and still be hot. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
you have to just be
transcend. You have to.
Yeah,
transcend.
you got to transcend. I understand it. What were you about to say, Bob? You grabbed that microphone.
I was just about to say that no woman is homeless if you bet her.
It's true.
Yeah.
Right?
It's true.
Yeah.
Like you've given her a home.
And it's also a fetish. There's porns where like people, pick up these homeless people, clean them up, and then have sex with them.
Yeah.
So
I'm also now getting DMs from fans asking if I was serious about the energy work.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're just gonna not talk about this stuff here. We don't need to get that Austin.
Yeah.
Own your fucking bits, you bitch.
Yeah. Are you? Yeah. Are you joking about the energy work?
Or do you want to do the
you
energy
doing
work?
that?
Look, you lay on a table and they rub their
The
hands
crystals?
and they it's more of like a meditative therapy.
I'm in it.
Are you doing it?
I'll do it with you, Giorgio.
Oh, okay,
I'll go with you one day. I'll do it.
I keep finding myself in these circles of people who it's very common with, and they keep.
If you get a massage out of it, I'll do the bullshit that surrounds it.
Open to a lot of things, so I'm sure people are like.
And they get mad when you bring up cults. They're like, we don't like when people use that word.
Yeah,
I
cults
bet.
usually don't.
Yeah.
Believe me, no one hates the word cult more than a fucking cult.
More than a fucking cult.
Yeah.
So, there's that. By the way, that's that Winning Time show on HBO is really
You're loving it
fucking
now.
good. Yeah, I'm in.
You're loving it
Once
now.
they got Adam McKay out of the director's chair and people stopped talking in the camera, fucking A, that's a good series. It's really,
really
good.
is,
Have you
yeah,
guys
yeah.
seen that yet? The Lakers series on HBO?
I'm waiting for it to be over. It's like
So
You wanna binge it?
I would, because after last night's, I was like, fuck, I just want to watch like 7
Yeah,
more of
yeah,
these.
yeah.
So I get it, dude. Wait till the end, because you'll watch all of it in one sitting, and it's really fucking good. And it's perfectly cast across the board. They all look like the people and everything else, and it's fun. The guy who plays Magic Johnson's really fucking good. I was shocked they were able to find a good Magic Johnson. Such a hard character to play because he's got such a big personality, and that guy fucking murders it.
he's unknown, right? Just this is his first big role.
Yeah.
Because they had to go with height. Like I know they needed height on this
I don't think
show.
he's that tall.
No, but so they paired up the actors so that way you would be taller than the other people, which is a skill in its own. So like I heard some of the people are like 5'5" to make him look bigger, and then the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar has to be bigger than Magic Johnson. So you have to cast like that, and that makes total sense.
I think he's quite
because you take Jason Segel, for example. He's in this.
Yeah.
Plays Paul Westhead. Paul Westhead was a very tall guy. I think he was maybe 6'6", 6'7".
Seagull's tall.
Well, he's 6'3". But you see what I'm saying? Like, you're never going to find that match Because let's face it, anybody who's like 6'7" or above isn't a movie star.
Siegel's 6'4".
Yeah.
Not too far
Stretching
off.
it. Stretching it, yeah. But still, how tall is Bob? How tall is Paul Westphal in real life? Paul Westphal?
Paul West?
Westphal is his last name.
Paul Westphal.
Yeah.
He is 6'4".
He's 6'4"?
Yeah.
They're the exact same height.
Look at that, dude. That one matched up perfect.
Casting.
Yeah, that one matched up perfect. Yeah, so it's a fantastic series. John C. Reilly's fucking amazing in it. I'm stoked.
Oh, he's so good.
He's really good. And then when does Atlanta start? Do we get a premiere date? It did.
Yeah. Come
Shit.
on. You're slipping.
How many? 2 episodes?
2 episodes
Great.
in.
I was on a flight. All right, fuck. Yeah.
I saw the first episode. It actually has none of the main characters in the first episode, really.
Really?
It's a very Donald thing to do.
Yeah.
How is it so far? Is it good?
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay,
but
great.
It's like the first episode is just this kid.
Yeah.
Just a random kid.
Well, it's a set theme and context and tone.
Okay. I'm into it. The one thing I'm not into, though, is Netflix breaking up these seasons of shit. So they did it with Ozark. And I just read, so with Stranger Things is coming out here pretty soon. They're breaking that up into 2 as well, where it's 2 sets of 7 episodes. I know why they're doing it. It's because of the stocks. The stock is fucking shitting the bed, Jabes.
Yeah.
And they're splitting up these series into 7 episodes apiece, but they're stretching it out by 1 quarter so people don't cancel their subscription. And with that, for Netflix, there was a report this morning that said that one third of Netflix subscribers share their passwords, and that's why they're not making money, allegedly. So. Yeah,
but they're gonna do penalties for that.
So there's a few new things and a few new ideas floating around.
Okay.
So,
What are they? Because I look at it from a stock perspective of what YouTube TV did, which is genius, where they recognize your zip code, and if you're not watching in that zip code, they tell you to fuck off.
Yeah. It's not true.
That's not true. YouTube TV doesn't do that.
It does if you share your password. Do you share your password with anybody?
Yeah, my brother.
Okay. So with ours we've got one in North Carolina. We tried to use it here, and then they shut it down and said, "You're not at your home. You're not at your home anymore. You get 2 weeks, and you're not at your fucking home."
You do have to check back in.
Correct.
Yeah. So I have to sign in through his account in Austin like once every 2 months, basically.
Right.
But you can go watch it wherever. Like I can open my phone.
Correct. But somebody else
Yeah.
can't be watching it at the same time in another place, or it shuts it down. We got shut down the other night. So we eventually just bought another one.
But back to how Netflix is handling things.
Yes.
Right
Yeah.
now, you're going to get a little warning, a little like note that says, "Hey, we know what you're doing. We're letting you do it. We've been knowing you're doing it, and we got this new plan to maybe, if you want to keep doing it, we're going to charge you an extra $2.99 a month,
Yeah.
or a little $3.99 a month."
So
as
I
a
saw that.
sharing program.
Right.
All right.
So, I don't know I don't think anyone uses Netflix, but I definitely changed passwords on other things. Because once Netflix does it, everyone else is going to.
Yes.
So it's kind of like, we can't share stuff anymore.
No.
Sorry.
No. And they're going to track you and all that other shit. But it is what it is. That one I'm not going to fucking pee my pants over. Just because, like, the same thing happened with movies. Like, with piracy and shit like that, when a movie came out, it would fucking kill your numbers on, like, DVDs and, like, people who would actually buy the movie. And you're like, God damn it, man. And there was nothing worse than when somebody came up to you and they were like, man, I saw your movie. Where'd you see it? Pirate Bay.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, did you? Great.
Thanks.
So it was 20 minutes that were missing, and it was replaced with 2 guys fucking in this porno. Was that? And I was like, no, dude, that's not in the movie. Can you pay the $7.99 or no? Are we good?
Nah, we're going to need that on Pirate Bay. We're just going to keep coming back.
Is that still alive, by the way? Is Pirate Bay still rocking?
There
Is
are
LimeWire still a thing?
I wish.
In a technical sense, yes, both do exist in some sort of new iteration.
Right.
Okay.
They are not what you used to think they were. There's a lot of proxies of Pirate Bay, which is basically like a flash image of everything that was on there before, hosted under a new server, but it will never operate again as it once did as like the home of internet piracy.
All right.
They've basically chased everyone on the run, and it's no longer a stable platform.
All right. Well, I understand that. We'll be on the run soon. We're back on YouTube now. probably be back on Patreon in like 2 days.
Run.
Man on the run. The other thing, we got a lot of, before we leave here, we got a lot of messages about everybody loved the shows last week because they were like, hey, dude, you guys are so out of control. And I was like, well, we could be because we didn't have to worry about videos or songs for fucking things. And we've been chatting about this of possibly bringing back a third RPR for Patreon once the baby comes out of your body and then getting fucked up and showing a bunch of weird shit again. And we're down for that too. So yeah, subscribe to Drinking Bros podcast on Patreon. It's got literally all of our shows on there. So like, there's a fuck ton on there now at this point. But those were a blast. And I look forward to continuing that unless YouTube fucking pays us. We'll see. Or figures it the fuck out, man. It's just something. So we don't get strikes and bans and all that other bullshit. Go to iTunes, rate the show a 5-star, leave a quick review. Go to Spotify and do the same as well. Just a 5-star. That's it. It's all the advertisers care about. If I hear about it one more fucking time about these reviews, I'm going to write my own review, and then I'm going to fucking off myself right on the desk, okay? Probably extreme. Or not extreme enough. I don't know. But either way, if you don't want to see me die, go to fucking iTunes, rate the show a 5-star. Leave a quick review on Ross Patterson Revolution. For Jesse Wiseman, a.k.a. The Jables, I'm Ross Patterson. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.